Oh no, that did not mean get in my lap. Go lay down. Hey, I'm Michelle with Michelle Loves Books. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing the Library Lovers book tag. I totally forgot to look at who originally created this tag. I am sorry. I will look it up and I will leave it in the description box below. Lately, I have been going to the library like crazy. The first question is, how often do you visit your local library? At least every 2 weeks, because it's about a 2-week checkout period. At my library, you can actually request if you need more time. I don't know if that's standard. They never used to ask me at my other library, so I don't know. They don't usually ask me either, but if I like come with my huge stack of books, they're like, are you gonna need extra time? And I usually say no. So I go about every 2 weeks, but sometimes I do go more often. I've been requesting a lot more books as my new library. It sometimes doesn't have a lot. Sometimes, I mean, they have a lot, but like they don't have the ones I'm really looking for. And so I've been requesting a lot of books lately. Sometimes I will have just gone to the library and then I'll get the text that a book I had requested is in, so then I gotta run down there and go pick it up. Question number 2, I guess this actually has 2 parts. So 2A, are you the type of person who checks out more books than you know that you can read? Or are you someone who only checks out the exact amount of books you intend on reading before they're due? Honestly, it really depends. Actually, before, I used to really not check out that much because I just knew I wasn't going to be able to read it. But lately, oh my gosh, I just check out everything. I'm like, I just want to take you home and I want to look through you. So I definitely am now in category A of the kind of people who check out loads of books I'm not going to have the time to get to. I really try to be reasonable, but this past month, I've honestly, I kind of attribute this because lately I've had some like weird reading ADD, and I'll start a book, start getting distracted of another book I really want to get to or another book I should be reading. So that's why lately my selection has been a bit out of control. My youngest son loves going to the library and he will check out a huge stack of books. They're usually books that will only take him like an hour to read. Right now, he just checked out a stack of, what is that? Oh, Plants vs. Zombies and Captain Underpants books. So they're basically like graphic novels, but he also is like the kind of kid who insists on having like 5 books in bed with him. It's so funny. Question 2, part B. How many books do you check out each month? That's really hard to say because like I said, lately it's been out of control. Not consistent, really. Like if I had to pick an average just for me, maybe about 10. And then with the books my kids check out, probably 20 to 30. They have to read for school. Until lately, they've been picking up really short books that like literally take a day. So I'm like, okay, then you need a book a day for your school week. So that's at least 4 to 5 each per week. So yeah. Question number 3, how old were you when you got your first library card? I'm sure as a kid I used to use my grandmother's library card. I think I actually got my own maybe in high school, but back then I didn't really use my library. I remember the local library really didn't have a huge selection from my perspective back then. I kind of went specifically to pick out different movies because my grandmother didn't have a lot of movies available at her house. She had a lot of, class like musicals, Sound of Music, documentaries on like Chopin and stuff like that. So I would go to like check out movies, but then they didn't really have a good selection of movies either. And I was really slow at getting around to books and finishing books, and so I would prefer to just purchase them. So I used to just buy all of my books through Half Price Books. So sad they don't have one of those here. I didn't actually start using my library that much until I was an adult when I was living in Colorado. Question number 4, do you go to your library looking for a particular book or do you just check out anything that piques your interest? Pretty much anything that just piques my interest. Sometimes I will have a few books in mind that I'm looking for if they're available. I'm very much a instant gratification kind of person. I hate like having to wait. I've been getting better at that though, so I have been like requesting books more lately, as I said. Question number 5, do you use your library to check out just books or do you also check out audiobooks, DVDs, etc.? I check out other things, mostly books. I mostly use my digital library. I don't really watch a lot of movies and I have a huge selection at home already, so I don't really check out DVDs. And I don't even have a DVD player. Like, that's That's gonna sound really weird, but we're like a high-techy house because my husband that's like what he does. We use Roku sticks, so I don't even have a DVD player if I wanted to check out anything. I have checked out CDs before, and for whatever reason, I'm like feeling like I want to check out some music lately. And then they have those audiobooks too, where they're like the little devices and you just put your headphones into them, and I like checking those out too. And then my son actually likes to check out games every now and again, but I really try to talk him out of it. Not only does he have a million games as it is, he'll leave them up in his PlayStation and I'll forget that they're there, and that's annoying. Or like I don't know how to get it out because I don't really play with PlayStation, and I usually do a lot of my library trips when the kids are at school. Question number 6, from what section of your library do you check out the majority of your books? That would definitely have to be kids for position number 1, and then YA. Those are probably about the same. And then, oh no, digital has to come in at like number 1. Then like kids and YA kind of tie for like number 2 position, and then graphic novels. Lately I have been going into like the adult section, nonfiction a little bit more, but probably yes, digital, and then like kids and YA. Question number 7, part A. What is your favorite part of using your local library? In general, I just really like the ability to check out anything and give it a try. That way I don't have to like commit to it, because if you purchase the book, you feel like you better read it and you don't even know, like I don't even know if I'm gonna like it. So I like the ability just to like try stuff out. And also it's really great to check out books that you don't necessarily want to buy. Like I'm not gonna go and like buy cookbooks or craft books really. I feel like especially with crafting books, like knitting books, you want to make sure that you like all the designs in there because those books get really expensive. Also like nonfiction books, those are kind of like one-time reads. I don't really like need to own it. And the kids books, especially with the kids books, because they're growing, like I don't want to buy hundreds of like Plants vs. Zombies books because they're going to be like one-time reads. They're going to grow out of them. They are also still trying to find what kinds of genres that they really like. Definitely for kids books. At my library, they have a section about 3 tall bookshelves where they have a little bookstore, and they're really cheap. It's like 50 cents for like the mass market paperbacks, and then the taller ones and hardbacks are like $1. A lot of them are really used and really tore up. Some of them are in like excellent condition. I really love that my library has that. Question number 7, part B. What is your least favorite part of using your local library? I am really spoiled to the library I was using in Colorado. The ones I was using in Colorado are just like brand new. All the books are brand new. Such amazing selection. There's no late fees. You do have like a due date. As long as they get their book back, they never charge me late fees. I had lost a book before. Since it had never happened to me before, they didn't charge me for the book. That was so nice. Like, I loved that library. They had like these events for all the kids. They also had this like high-tech studio space where you could do digital designs. I didn't really ever take that opportunity and use it and check it out. I was nervous because I didn't know what it was all about. I was really spoiled to that. So my library is much older. The books are like really used. I guess there's a decent selection, and then you always have the option to request new books. But overall, my now library, I feel pretty disappointed in general, just because I miss my old library so much. That's pretty much the answer to that question. And that also wraps up this book tag. Thanks for watching. Bye.